Hey y'all, it's Heat here, back for another market analysis for London session. I'm gonna start with the news really quick. So today for news, what we have? We have CAD retail sales. This could potentially shift the markets, as well as USD existing home sales. Besides that, um, I can see that looks significant. So to the charts. So starting with DXY, gonna explain a little more why I'm bullish on EU. So when I was looking at DXY on a higher time frame, structure-wise, it looks like we had a sweep. Price started to push down, showed signs of weakness, came back up, tested supply, and started to push down. Um, my expectation, based on what I'm seeing here, the structure that's formed is the price, well, Dixie, to come down lower, potentially break this low, and maybe even come a little lower before pushing up. And the reason why I say pushing up is because higher time frame, we know that USD is very, very bullish right now. Not really so much to see. If we go down to the lower time frame, it's just playing around in this internal range. If we go to EU, so back on EU. So as I mentioned before, it's very bearish right now. But as you can see, the order flow has shifted bullish. I'd like to see price come up, test some of these higher supply before it starts to push down and break down lower. I don't really see so much on the 4 hour. I was expecting price to come down to this demand zone. It actually did tap it late last night. 15 minutes, see a little more clear. So it tapped the demand right here. It missed the 15-minute, but it did hit the range and started pushing away. As of right now, it would be nice if the price came down a little lower. I'm not really sure if it's going to or not, but I will be monitoring it to see if it does come down a little deeper to turn around for some longs. So short term, my bias is long. Long term, my bias is short. Um, so since it pushed down to the demand, came back up, um, a little confusing here because what it did is it broke the last point of supply here, but then it reacted off the extreme of the supply. So this worries me a little because when I see strong reactions of supply like this, I'm thinking maybe it's just going to come back down. So that's why I'm going to monitor it closely. Another thing I'm seeing is we can say this is a supply range. Did tap into the supply range, created a flip here, and this is where the price is currently at. So potentially this could be a flip zone where the price reacts off, turns around, and pushes up higher. Could be some opportunities for long right here. But at the same time, I want to wait before entering trades. Maybe see if we get a little more clear confirmations here before considering any long entries here. But at the same time, I would like to see the price come down a little lower before I start to look for longs. And at the same time, could be opportunities for short as well, because as we have the supply chain forming, it's holding, potentially price could come up, mitigate the supply, and just come tumbling down. So I'm gonna watch what happens before Frankfurt opens. If it pushes down before Frankfurt opens, give some confirmation for long entries. Then I'll may look for longs at that point. But at the same time, if it pushes up before Frankfurt, with some short confirmations, I may enter some shorts. And we are still in this internal range as well, so anything can happen. What would be best is if we get something clean, mitigation to demand, get a third confirmation for long entries, and then take it up from there. Anyways, that's the way I'm looking at the markets right now. I'm really looking at both sides. Ultimately, I want to see what happens at Frankfurt Open. Frankfurt Open could give clues on the direction that the market wants to go. If we get some nice reactions at the lows, maybe into a long, see if it continues up. But at the same time, London may come back, mitigate, take us out, and then look for re-entries. We go either way. London could continue the move at the same time. It can mitigate and take us out, and then just do nothing. Haven't really seen much price action yesterday, but again, the US was also up. But I expect today we should see a little more price action and movement in the price. So again, looking both ways to see what happens at Frankfurt Open. Comes down to demand, shows signs of strength, confirmations for entries, and I'll try to enter there, take it long. If it pushes up, supply holds, gives some confirmation for short entries, then I'll look for shorts. Okay, that's it for now. I'll come back for New York, give an update at that time. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to comment below, and I'll answer when I can. Have a good day trading, everyone. Cheers.